Hello students, viewers, and subscribers. Here is another problem on indeterminate frame solved by the slope deflection equations. I hope that uh, you will be able to understand the solutions and the explanations to the solution of this problem. Analyze the frame shown by slope deflection equations and determine all support reactions. EI is constant. So here is the given frame. A and D are pins, E is fixed, so therefore we expect zero moments at A and D. So that's why in portion AB, we only set up MBA instead of MAB. There are two formulas for slope deflection equations. One is dealing with uh, segment of the member of the frame where one end has zero moment, and the formula is 3ei over L quantity theta near minus delta over L plus fixed end moment near minus 1/2 fixed end moment far. And the other one, when we expect moments at both ends of that segment of the frame or beam, then 2ei over L quantity 2 theta near plus theta far minus 3 times delta over L plus fixed end moment at the near end. So if it is at the left, the fixed end moment is negative, at the right positive. Now, deltas will be zero if there will be no side sway or support settlements. Like in this problem here, the frame is prevented from swaying because of the fixed support at the upper part of this frame. So it cannot move horizontally. So this is a non-sway frame. I then set up formula for MBA. MBA is 3EI because EI is constant. Just imagine it is 1 or assume it is 1 divided by length, which is 8. Quantity theta near, which is B here, then minus delta over L, which is, as mentioned earlier, no side sway, 0. Then there's no load on AB, so that's why fixed moment at the near end minus 1/2 fixed moment at the far end would be 0. So moment BA is 3/8 of theta B. Then moment BC, we expect moments at B and C. So the formula is 2EI. So 2 times 1 over L4, then times quantity 2 theta near, 2 theta B plus theta far, theta C, minus 3 delta over L, which is just 0. Then minus fixed moment at the left of B, which is negative PAB square over L square. So negative 30 times 2 square all over L square, which is 4 square. Then simplifying, we have theta B plus 0.5 theta C. Then this value is negative 15. MCB on the other hand, because of the symmetrical loading, the fixed moment here is positive, and we just interchange coefficients. So it is 0.5 theta B this time, then plus 1 theta C. Then the fixed moment is 15, positive 15. Call that equation 3. Moment CD, D has no moment, so it goes back to 3EI, 3 times 1 over L, 8. Then quantity theta near, which is theta C, minus delta over L, 0. There's no load, so plus 0. So MCD is 3/8 of theta C, call that equation 4. MCE, both ends have moment, so going back to the formula, 2EI, 2 times 1 over L, 6, quantity 2 theta near, which is 2 theta C, plus theta far, theta E. Theta E is 0 because this is fixed end, the tangent is horizontal there. Then minus 3 delta over L, which is 0, minus fixed moment, with the fixed moment that C is negative, it is the left, WL square over 12. So negative 26 square over 12. Simplifying, that's 2/3 theta C minus 60. Then because of symmetrical loading, moment EC is the theta E is doubled, but theta C is just theta C over 3. So it is theta C over 3, and the fixed moment this time is positive of 60, numerically equal to the fixed moment at the left because of symmetrical loading. So then we apply equilibrium equation at B. At B, MBA plus MBC equals 0. MBA 3/8 of theta on B plus MBC theta B plus 0.5 theta C minus 15. So 3/8 theta B plus theta B is 11 over 8 theta B, then plus 0.5 theta C, then equals transpose negative 15 to the right, so it becomes positive 15. Then we apply equilibrium at C. Take note there are three members attached to joint C. Then we have MCB plus MCD plus MCE equals 0. So MCB is 0.5 theta B plus theta C plus 15. MCD is 3/8 theta C and MCE 2/3 theta C minus 60. So combining 0.5 theta B, then theta C plus 3/8 theta C plus 2/3 theta C, that's 49/24 theta C. Then this 15 here will be negative 15 on the right side, and this negative 60 will be positive 60 on the right side. So positive 60 minus 45, minus 15 rather, minus 15 is positive 45. Call that equation B. Then with your calculator, solving these two equations simultaneously, we obtain theta B is 1560 over 491 EI. So of course, that's theta. There should be EI here because we remove EI in the equations here because we assume it is equal to 1. Theta C is 10,440 over 491 over EI. We can now compute the moments. So moment at B is MBC, and we'll just remove EI because originally there is EI on this common factor of these three terms here. So theta B is 1560 over 491 plus 0.5 of theta C, 0.5 of 10,440 over 491 minus 15. So MBC is negative 1.191 kilonewton meter. If MBC is negative 1.191 kilonewton meter, that's counterclockwise, then MBA is the positive of that clockwise 1.191. MCB, on the other hand, is using the formula here, 0.5 of theta B plus theta C, then plus 15. MCB is 37.851 kilonewton meter. MCD, 3/8 of theta C, so MCD 3/8 of 10,440 over 491, 7.974 kilonewton meter, so that's clockwise. Then MCE is 2/3 theta C minus 60, that's negative 45.825 kilonewton meter, so that's counterclockwise here. But remember that the universal sign convention is counterclockwise should be positive. It is only in slope deflection equations where clockwise is positive. MEC is theta C over 3 plus 60, so 1/3 of theta C plus 60, 67.088 kilonewton meter, and that's clockwise. Then we can now compute AX considering the free body diagram of AB, column AB. Summation moment B equals 0, so AX times 8 equals 1.191. So AX is 0.1488 kilonewtons rightward. So that's the horizontal reaction at A. Then shear BC, or reaction at B just to the right. We consider BC, summation moment about C equals 0. So shear BC, assuming it is upward, times 4, then plus 37.851 equals 1.191 plus moment of the load 30 times 2. So shear BC is 5.831 kilonewtons. If we transmit that to column AB, it will push AB downward, so the reaction at A would be AY equal to that shear of BC. So AY is 5.831 kilonewtons upward. Then RC left, this part, RC summation moment B equals 0, assuming RC left is upward. RC left times 4 plus 1.191 equals 37.851 plus the moment of the load 30 times 2. So RC left is 47.165 kilonewtons. If you add shear BC and RC left, it should be equal to 30 to check summation versus Y. Then considering CE, summation moments about E equals 0, RC right times 6 plus 63 plus 67.088 equals 45.825 plus moment of the load 20 times 6 times 3. So RC right is 56.456 kilonewtons upward. We can now compute R sub C, which is the sum of RC left and RC right. So R sub C is 24.165 plus 56.456, that's 80.621 kilonewtons upward. And if you transmit that to column CD, then dy is also equal to that 80.621 kilonewtons. Then, to counter this moment, which is clockwise, dx should be rightward. Summation moment at c equals 0, dx times 8 equals 7.974. So dx can now be computed 0.9968 kilonewtons rightward. Considering the entire system, summation forces x equals 0. So ax 0.1488 plus dx 0.9968 equals ex, which should be leftward. So ex is 1.146 kilonewtons leftward. Then finally, at E, summation moment C equals 0, R sub E times 6, then plus 45.825 equals 63.088 plus the moment of the load 60 times 6 times 3. 20 times 6 times 3. So R sub E is 63.544 kilonewtons upward. Then the moment at E is the negative of this uh, positive moment 63.088. The moment at E is moment, if there is an extension here, let's say F, that's moment EF, that's not moment EC. They are oppositely directed. So the moment is at E is negative 67.088 kilonewton meter, and let's compare it to the answers from the software, and the answers are the same. We have 0.149, 0.1488 at X at node 1, which is at A, 5.835 kilonewtons upward, then 0 moment. Node 4 is node D, 0.997, 0.9968 kilonewtons rightward, 80.621 dy, 60.621, then moment 0. Then at node 5, which is E, Ex is negative 1.146 because it is leftward. Re is 63.544, which is equal to this, and moment is negative 67.088. So that's it for this video. I hope that you were able to follow the explanations and the solutions.